Hi there, I'm Sandra Parker, and on this YouTube video, I'm going to talk about what to do if you're a high functioning person who normally drinks at home on their own. So, there's a couple of things I want to say. When you're high functioning, you can hide your drinking for a long time and you can fool yourself that it's not a problem. So, you're not having an argument with somebody in a bar or a restaurant, you're not driving, you've not got any problems getting home, you're not stumbling over, and you're able to get up the next day and do all the things that you need to do. And because you're high functioning, you're doing fine at work, and probably most people aren't aware there's a problem. But it's really important just to be aware that just because nobody external is telling you that you should change your drinking, it doesn't mean that it's okay, and it doesn't mean that things aren't going to go wrong. So when you're high functioning, as I say, you can find lots of ways to mask it. And unfortunately, that means that quite often people keep drinking until something goes badly wrong. So as a coach helping people, particularly high achieving individuals, get control over alcohol, I hear from people who are doing absolutely fine, and then sometimes they get like a really scary health diagnosis, and they wish that they'd done something earlier. So I wanted to share that, and also to say that high functioning doesn't mean it's not doing any harm. It just means you've normalized it. And if you're listening to this and you're saying, yeah, but Sandra, I don't get hangovers, people that drink heavily don't tend to get hangovers. The people that notice hangovers the most are people that drink the least. So if you're not getting a hangover, it doesn't mean it's not doing damage. It just means you've normalized it and you've been able to push through. Now, there's probably lots of ways you've been able to convince yourself it's not that big a problem. You're still doing fine at work. Outwardly, everything looks great. But I just want you to be aware that probably the reason why you are turning a blind eye to it is because you think life with less alcohol will be less fun, right? You'll think it's going to be miserable. You'll miss your way of relaxing. You won't be able to de-stress without alcohol. You won't be able to socialize. You'll lose your rewards. You won't enjoy yourself at the weekend. You won't enjoy socializing. You'll be bored. Other people will think you're boring, or some combination, right? And what I want to tell you is there is a way to get control over alcohol where you can actually enjoy your life more. And that is the complete opposite from the kind of standard either AA route or trying to cut down. And it's really important to be aware that there is a different approach, because when I work with people, I work with them to make their life better, right? So to build their self-esteem, to build their confidence, to take away their anxiety, and to look at the things that they're numbing out from and really get clear about what alcohol is, how it really makes them feel, and then also what they can do that's going to feel better than alcohol, because then we get them to the point where not only do they not want to drink, but the great thing is they actually feel better. And that's really where the magic happens, right? Because if you're not feeling deprived and you're feeling better, isn't that something you would want to do? So if you're listening to this and there's a part of you that knows that you're drinking more than you want, and you've tried to tell yourself that, look, other people are drinking a lot, you've read an article about a man that lived in Italy and he lived to be 150 and he drank every night, so there's other people that are okay, and you've had your blood work done and the doctor didn't say you have to stop drinking, right? There's probably hundreds of ways you could justify it, but ask a different question. What would your life be like if you didn't need alcohol, right? If you're doing well at work and you're having a bottle of wine a night, what could you achieve if you weren't having that? Imagine if your brain was working the way it was designed, if you were able to achieve your true potential. What would you achieve in work? Would it be scaling the career ladder, or would it be having a much better work-life balance? Like, that's quite exciting, right? And if you're already doing sport and working out, how much more would you enjoy it, and how much fitter could you be if you didn't need a bottle of wine every night? And then if you think about your quality of life, what you enjoy in the evening, what you can do at the weekend, imagine being able to do all of that with more energy, more focus, feeling sharper, and just being able to handle life better and enjoy life more. So that's the question to ask. It's not, is it really bad? I haven't fallen over. I've not had a DUI. you know, I'm still okay at my job. Like, don't ask yourself, am I managing? Just ask yourself, what would I be capable of? What could my life look like if I didn't need this? And if there was a way to do it that made me feel better, would I be up for it? And if the answer is yes, then please get in touch. Thanks.